It's time. Lock, load, put on your Infinity Gauntlet and grab your lightsaber. This is Nerd Talk. Presented by Webeam TV.
It's Friday, and we're here with Nerd Talk.
Can we turn his mic off now?
Oh,
What?
Turn my mic off.
We need that
Turn his
energy,
mic off.
though, that boost.
How's
I
everyone
like it.
doing
Ooh,
tonight?
there we
It
go.
is.
Wow. Hey,
Friday
Mikey.
night.
He's
A
happy
got his
Friday.
microphone. You know, he's like, he's got some
Shut
well,
the hell
we
up.
picked on
It's
him the last
mine.
couple of weeks.
I'm taking over Nerd Talk tonight.
Oh, you
Oh,
really?
this great. Go, go.
Oh,
Nerd Talk
man. I'm
after
excited.
dark. Let me get my knees.
Oh,
All right, I'm out.
there
I'm
went,
out. I gotta
there
go.
went all of our viewers. Holy,
gotta
well,
leave.
no, I
We're
don't
gonna
know.
get more viewers now.
Yeah. Well, your
We're gonna get the
stalker will be back.
furries. Just
Michael's,
come watch.
Michael's
and,
DeviantArt is available.
All his furry
His
friends.
OnlyFans
and
is...
his OnlyFans and his
do y'all want a
naughty
link to
Twitter.
my OnlyFans? I'll give it to you.
Oh my God.
It's at my feet.
Loving it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so welcome to Nerd Talk. You know us.
Oh, yeah.
We don't make this easy, do we?
No.
No.
We
it's-
make this hard to watch.
Yeah.
I have to say, there's sometimes I watch it. I'm going, I gotta stop beating on the table. Now hold on.
You
Hold
just
on.
No,
yelled at
what was
us
the
for
note you
doing
just
that.
told us?
Yeah,
What was
don't
it?
do
do
that.
that.
So I've gone back to try to watch, and sometimes I'm like, oh my God, we have got to. It's got to be a solid intro, but I'm like, but you know what? People have come to expect us to be a little weird.
And we're on, Webeam
Little.
TV as it's streamed. So like every time I catch it, it's like I miss the initial because we're here.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
Right, exactly.
But then when I see the next morning it's on, and I'm like, I always catch it like 5 minutes in anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Well, good old Facebook. We have literally started having to roll a pre-roll so we could get the intro in there, because if you go right at time what you're doing, Facebook is always like a minute behind.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
So now we do a minute clock, and I hate the minute clock thing, but I do it anyway because I want everybody to see the intro. But anyway, welcome to Nerd Talk. It's been a long week.
Been a crazy long week.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's like there's a storm out in the Gulf. It's like
We
there's,
have two now.
Yeah,
We're
two
in
now,
another
two
world
now.
of time, not knowing what's going to happen in the next moment.
But you know what? It's in a way that's kind of normal for us.
True, that is true.
It almost
That
feels
is
like,
true.
hey, it's actually normal.
Yes.
Got hurricanes coming.
And we got somebody back. Who
I got a new World of
she came
Warcraft
back last night
expansion
on
coming.
Comic 101.
We missed her.
But now she's back for Nerd Talk.
Yeah,
So-
well-
Y'all know what else we got coming?
What?
A new World of Warcraft expansion.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
jeez, those poor
It's
poor
coming.
So
Blizzard
now,
It's
so
workers.
now
coming.
who's doing all the coding now that all the other ones have quit?
They're all still there.
They're all still there. They took the jobs. They knew what they were getting.
Yeah,
So,
sign that contract. Tears in the cup.
yeah.
I told you I don't care about that. I just want my damn game, and I'm
wow,
happy.
you're cracked the whip there.
Just give me
wait a
my
minute.
expansion.
All you
let me
programmers
play.
out there that are sitting there working
Michael
for nothing and
needs
eating
that
swag,
game.
he's the reason.
You're
I
getting
just want my
points.
game.
Blizzard
Y'all
gave
get
them
points. Y'all get points by wallets and bottled water and special little cups that say Blizzard.
Do you think the wallets are made out of fruit cut material?
I don't care what they're made out of. I
I'm
just
just-
roll out games.
I'm just going to keep playing Diablo 3 and just live.
And she
just live in that
supports
world.
Blizzard too. Diablo 3. Wait till Diablo 4.
I just
No.
hope he makes 50.
Or
million
what about
this year.
Diablo on the phone that they're coming out?
Oh, looky there.
No,
Our new
no.
coder, guys.
Oh, I like
Hey.
You're
I
taking
like
over
it.
Nerd Talk. I love it.
But yeah, no, just because their CEO made 40 million,
Only
He makes
40.
50 million this year.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Anyway, so I have, and I know before we jump into stuff, we have got. I caught up on a lot.
Okay.
So I know you guys all said, "Oh, John's not going to like this because he's a Star Trek guy, right?" Because is it Below Decks?
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
Freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid. I
Yeah.
just watched the third episode, I guess, yesterday.
Yeah.
And the first two were, I didn't, the second one kind of was like, oh, this is pretty good. But then the third one hit me right where I wanted.
See,
and
I'm telling you,
I'm hooked for the rest of the season.
you give everything that third episode chance.
Exactly.
You'd be like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
I'm in love
I
with
really
the cat
like it.
doctor.
Yeah.
I love that she's a cat lady.
Yes.
And literally
Yes.
a cat lady. And it's a
Cat ladies are
tie-in to the
the
old animated
best.
series.
Yep, exactly.
But
So
she's a cat lady, which is awesome.
It to me, it's funny, it's good, and I didn't expect anything but.
Oh, it's
Right, wasn't looking for all that stuff, and I'm trying to. I'm Apple. Okay, just keep talking, guys.
All right, well,
I also watched
followed-
something else.
I loved Lovecraft County.
Oh my
I love
God!
that.
that
Oh
was
yeah, we were
so
watching that
good.
before we came in. Oh man,
So
Damn.
good.
It's
so good.
It's
intense.
yeah. I mean, the book was amazing, and so I was expecting good things because it's the same. You know, it's
Right.
Jordan Peele again.
Yep.
From
He's
Us
so
and
brilliant.
all that, and so I wasn't
pander.
sure what to
I
expect.
just think he's
pander on it.
brilliant.
That
Other than Mr. Ryan, we will pander to Mr. Ryan.
What about
Okay.
Taika Waititi?
but I loved his
Okay.
the first 10
Pander,
minutes
pander,
of that.
baby, pander.
The first 10 minutes of that where he's having the dream and it's the Lovecraft and
Right.
all the
Yes.
pulp fiction. So there's War of the Worlds, there's John Carter of Mars,
Yep.
there's everything. And it's like, oh my God, I've had this dream. I've had this
Yeah.
dream.
Yep.
Except my brother with a baseball bat didn't show up in the dream like that one. But that was pretty epic. And then the story goes into, segregation and sundown counties and all this sundown cities and it's it's a terrible time. But then they hit the Lovecraft racism. They don't hide it. They
No.
it's like
Yeah.
It's
we know
part of the genre.
and part of the story.
Yep.
And then you get in when the horror hits.
Yeah.
It hits
Dude.
freaking hard.
What? Okay, so what are those? The dogs that's got the eyes everywhere.
I would assume they're either spawn of Shub-Nuggurith, which is the hounds of
Right.
Tindalos. Maybe there's a couple things. It could be just deep ones. There's
Okay.
a lot of Lovecraft. Lovecraft's open to interpretation, so it could be any of those
could be
things.
something completely
but I
new.
love that he should
Right.
know this.
Yeah.
That he knows because Lovecraft's a thing in this world.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So he's read the books. He knows the stories.
Okay, so you've actually followed this for a while, so you understand all this, right?
Yeah.
So what would the creatures have devoured them when they remember they were all
Yeah.
in the cabin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, and it was eating the white guys.
yeah.
But would the I don't know what they call them the demons,
The hounds,
demon hounds, would they have attacked them?
There's something going on. I'm waiting for the story. I don't want to.
Yeah, because it's like maybe they wouldn't have, and they would have been okay, but they
Well,
didn't
there's
know.
you-
There's a
Usually a lot
lost
of-
legacy story that's
Yeah.
working in here.
And there's
some
usually a
other
lot of
stuff.
theme where like people are special, but they're not. They're special for like different reasons.
Right,
Or they're
right.
like if I think of I just forgot the name in my brain. It went away. But like certain movies where it's like the people who are marginalized or hurt or abused, they're the ones that actually are supposed to inherit the earth, and that's brought up a lot.
The meek.
In that lore,
The meek shall inherit the earth.
exactly.
And
So
this
I
is-
think it's going to be kind of in that vein, or maybe they're just special because they have the knowledge. I mean, we're still waiting for it to develop.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
And reading the book, I know kind of where they might head, but this is a
Right.
different team,
Different interpretation.
and they could totally go a different direction.
All I know is when
But I'm on for the duration.
when they
Yeah.
walked up to that big old southern mansion.
Yes.
And the white guy opened the door and said, "Oh, you've been waiting for you." And I'd be like, "I ain't cooking you no meals. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you right now that ain't happening."
I love the car chase, and that old silver Phantom shows up, and I was like, that's one of those valuable
yeah.
cars in
Yeah,
existence.
right?
And I'm like, what is this doing in a car chase? They're going to risk one of like the 10 left in the world.
Yep.
And
then,
they did.
But then they did a complete neat thing with it. So
I know.
It was awesome.
So, and then
I haven't
and then
watched it.
huh?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
Well, you're just not cool.
That's because he's playing Warcraft.
No, but no.
Yep.
You know what show comes out? Actually, came out today, and for season 5, that once we go home, I'm watching, binging it all weekend.
What?
What's that?
Lucifer season 5.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it the whole season? I thought they didn't finish it.
They did.
Okay, I thought there was only
It's like
half
the true
season,
ending.
so-
People have been
Yeah.
waiting for it because it's like fans
Well, I know they
petitioned
already
for it.
announced they're trying to do another season. So
Yeah.
They weren't
Season
done.
6 is
Oh.
where they were wanting to end it.
And then I got on to Bosch of that's an old series, but now I'm going back to try to binge it. My wife got me because my wife loves those murder mysteries. She's
They are the best.
she goes, she watches a lot of murder porn.
Well,
It's-
I
when
don't know
I-
anybody else here who
When-
does that.
when I told her,
Elizabeth.
I know. Yes.
I told her it was called
I'm all
murder
about
porn.
it.
She goes, "That's not what it's called."
It is. It's
Mama Tech. It's called murder porn.
It's
So anyway, she was.
I'm
I
with
was
you on
watching
this,
it. It
Mama
was
That is
and it
the
was
appropriate
good. But I'll tell you one thing I watched that was new. That was Ted Lasso.
Not familiar with that.
It's on Apple TV.
That's
Oh,
why I'm not familiar with it.
He was it was the guy you'll know who he is.
I saw that.
I can't see his I can't that guy.
Oh, okay.
We're the Millers.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was a coach, and he's just this really down to earth, just super nice guy, right? So he takes a a bad football team in the United States and does really well and takes them to win the championship, right? So this lady, this is the baseball game where the owner's trying to tank them. Oh, what is it?
Like Major League?
Major League. This is literally Major League, but now they've taken it to England because an owner of a team over there, the husband divorces the wife, and the wife is not super. I mean, she's kind of good looking, right? But the husband was a player, and he owned this soccer team, and she got the soccer team in the divorce, right? So what the ex-wife is trying to do is tank it so it embarrasses the husband, right?
Okay.
So what do? They hire a football coach,
American football.
Yeah. Yes.
to go over and teach or coach a
Football.
soccer, right? And the more he's there, first thing he gets over there, the whole country's calling him a wanker.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right, wanker, and it was kind of funny. But he, by the 4th or 5th episode, which is where I'm at now, everybody starts turning and coming around to the guys.
Oh, of course.
The way he
Yeah.
is. Even the ex-wife, the owner, is starting to have second thoughts about how mean because she's tried to set him up and to make him look like he was, messing around with one of the players' wives and blah 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 and all that. But it's kind of funny. Every morning he brings her biscuits because that's what they do over there,
Yeah.
biscuits and tea, right? And she's eating every morning. First she says don't do it, and then he just keeps doing it anyway.
Yeah.
He trickles the nice, right? So she's eating these, and she's got her manservant or buddy, whatever he is, all over England trying to find where he's buying these biscuits. He's making
them. of
He's
course.
making the
Love
biscuits,
that.
and he makes them so she's starting to love them.
Of
So
course.
and then he gives her a little army man, and it's just these little bitty drips of kindness, and it's kind of funny, but it's actually really good.
All right. Well,
Really,
Well,
really
they're
good.
gonna get together.
I'll pull that up.
So go watch Ted Lasso. Sorry, Rob, I didn't give you any assets for that, but it's on Apple TV, and it's pretty good. And then I keep going back. I watched Artemis Fowl
okay.
by accident.
The book was good.
So
That's
I
my
was,
childhood. I was so obsessed with the series. I was so excited for this to come out. I'm sorry I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was
No,
like,
that's what
the
you're
thing
here for.
is that I love this. And then I was like, oh, you're not doing like anything like what the books are. I'm like, and so people liked it, but like the cult classic that it's kind of like a cult classic for
Yes.
people my age. We were like, huh.
both of my kids were like, "Oh, what is this?" And
Yeah.
then they looked at it and like, "Oh, it's Artemis Fowl."
The
All
books
it
were
is it's
amazing.
Harry Potter. Kind of not Harry Potter though.
See, they made it like that, but it's not supposed to be that
Right.
way.
I remember my kids reading it.
Yeah.
I've never read it. And when I first turned it on, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a cool little series. That was just one movie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
They should have done a series.
they should have because
Well,
I
I think that was
it
the
would've-
plan.
I
to do
yeah, I think we
multiple
talked.
movies.
We had talked. When we're all messing around.
Yeah.
It was like, but overall, I liked it.
It's a decent movie. I put it in the decent movie category. For fans like me, I was like, because it's Artemis Fowl, his mother is dying, and he's trying to like find anything to help her because she's dying, but she's also losing her mind. So she
Yeah.
has like this weird. It's not dementia. It's like something different. But he eventually finds out about like the magical realm and fairies and things like that. So what does this rich little boy do? He kidnaps a fairy, and so like it's. He's the bad guy in the beginning, but then he's like working with the fairy, and then he ends up then being like a good guy. And it's like really solid because as you get
Right.
to know more about Artemis Fowl, you like empathize with him because at
Yep.
first he's kind of like a Wednesday Addams, like you don't know anything about him. He's like
Right.
staunch, things like that. But
But it all so in the movie it's his mother. So in the books
It's his mother, yeah.
In the movie it's his dad.
see, the
And
dad's,
his dad, and
Yeah.
he literally on the last shot, he walks in, he goes, "Yeah, I'm a criminal mastermind." He calls himself a criminal because, well, first of all, I mean, watch
He
when he
is.
did the
He gets
movie.
hurt somewhere.
He is.
was pretty
Yeah.
badass
He
for
is.
And
freaking.
that's the point of the book is like it's the origin story of a supervillain.
Right.
well, he does have that cocky attitude, but like at the end of the first book, at least, you see like the human element of him because he's basically his mom remembers him and he like runs into her arms.
Right.
And you're like, oh my gosh! And then you like see why he's doing this, and then won't spoil the rest of the series, it gets like kind of taken away from him actually in the
it
book.
sucks.
And then that's why there's more books. And so, you know, you kind of hate him in the beginning and then you really emphasize with him and, you know, empathy, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And yeah, so I think a series would have been better, but I get it. You do things different. I still love Disney.
And then the last thing I will talk about is Pennyworth.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
Alfred.
I'm completely
Yeah.
caught up now, and I'm like, that was well made.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was well done. I think,
and I liked the
I
kid
would-
the kid they have playing.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen a crossover in a dream world where Marvel and DC got along. I would love to have seen Pennyworth combined with Agent Carter.
Oh yeah,
Right? Would
That
that,
would
not
be
have
good.
been
Yep.
the bomb?
That would have
'Cause
been
It had
awesome.
that same
Yeah.
feel watching
Yep.
it. I didn't watch it much, but it was really, I got to catch up.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoyed the first episode. So,
Yeah, it was good. And I'll tell you, it makes you, the show makes you question the Waynes,
yeah. Oh, always.
right?
That's
so
kind of leading to Court of Owls a little bit. so.
Right. It's like, okay, well, he's over here doing all this stuff for the CIA, but yet, is he not rich yet? Where did the money come from?
Yeah.
You know, I know that they brought the castle over from England,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
The Waynes,
Yep.
the mansion. So, but did they buy a mansion over there? Because
That's
Dad is
Yeah.
who this is, has no English accent whatsoever. He's an American. He's CIA. He's working against the Black Crow
Yeah.
Society, and it's like that's kind of interesting and. I like it. It's good. So if you've not been able to watch this, you need to go watch it because it's pretty damn good.
It's like each new thing that happens with Batman, I think it's interesting. They always make like the parents and the Waynes like darker than they used to be. It used to be
Right.
like, oh, my parents are dead. Now it's like, oh, well, were they like
Well, it
supposed to
becomes
be?
part
You know
of the
what I
thing.
mean?
Is like
It's-
you know,
yeah,
if you
I
were
like
rich,
it.
you should be evil in comics, and
Right.
they kind of lead that way now. Like even
They did that
Stark's
in
father,
Gotham as
built
well.
In
weapons
Gotham, yeah.
and stuff like that. So
Well,
yeah.
before they were I can't talk.
Philanthropy.
Just like you.
They
Just
they were
like you.
old money.
They
and
were
then
old money and they were nice and they were kind. You were like, oh, but like now, and I get it. I understand why they're changing it, but I think
Thomas
that's
Wayne
fair.
is evil.
And did we all know that Batman's got an aunt?
Yeah, that's from
Yeah.
that's from the original
I-
'66
Yeah.
Batman.
I never paid attention. I never knew.
She was the one who lived with him because they thought it would be weird that this old man lived with a young boy.
Yeah.
So they threw in the aunt to make it so that they didn't seem gay.
And
Yeah, because back in '66 Batman,
and then they
you
put
gotta
her
make
into the
sure.
comics.
Heaven forbid.
So that one show that we talked about, that's a spin-off of the Batman story. The only last one season was as cousin or uncle.
Powerless?
Yes.
Yeah, it was his cousin. Yeah.
His cousin.
Yeah, his cousin. Yeah.
yeah,
So-
but his aunt's a drunk.
Yeah. Well, that's what she was in
Party
the,
animal,
Well, in the
man.
cartoon, she's
Give me
kind of
some
this.
more
Oh
money."
my! Batman will come save the day. And it's
Oh, yeah.
just-
So
Too
before
funny.
we start on the topics, I
Yeah.
just read something interesting.
Oh,
So the place that everybody knows your name, Cheers,
Yes.
the bar
Yeah,
in
it's
Boston, it's closing.
It's
a
closing.
beach, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's closing. It's not the original one though.
No,
It's
it's
closing
not.
August 30th.
It's not the
Yeah.
original one though. So
Yeah,
it's
it
just
was-
a
It's just another one they made for
Yeah.
people
The
who
show.
get photo ops.
Yeah.
The actual Cheers that the movie or the TV show
show.
was done after was not named Cheers,
No.
yeah.
and it was in Boston, and
Yeah.
it was a walk down bar.
And it closed
I think it's
a while ago, right?
Yeah, it closed
it?
10, 15 years ago.
Yep.
Something like that. So, yeah. But, yeah, you read that yesterday? And you're just now telling us about
Yes.
it today?
No, someone just shared it as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
yesterday?
Yeah, because it happened yesterday.
I know it happened yesterday because I see it yesterday, but Facebook doesn't put shit in order anymore.
Okay.
whatever.
Anyway, so we're going to move right into our topics. Hey, there.
What are we
No more
talking
breaking
about?
news on this
No
show.
more breaking
No more
news.
breaking news on the show.
I'm sorry, Facebook doesn't update
'Cause
crap
that's
on
right.
my page.
What if I
Anyway,
have
so-
breaking news?
I know you're not a huge fan, but this is still your realm.
It's still my realm. It's the
Right?
horror realm. So I accept it for what it is. I thought it was a pretty decent movie that came out at a good time,
You're
and
being
it's
so
a good
kind.
solid slasher. But I didn't see the love it got. So many people
Yeah.
love this movie. It's like it's one of the best movies of all time. I liked it, and that was Terrifier. But
But now they're going to make a 3-issue
comic book that takes place during the movie. So it's in the same time frame.
Isn't there a Terrifier 2 coming
The
out?
sequel
Terrifier
has
2,
just
we
filmed.
talked about that 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Did you
last
mention that
week.
we know people who are in that?
yes, we mentioned
Okay,
Rick.
good.
Yeah, we mentioned Rick.
just had to make
he's
sure you're
wearing. He's
keeping
even
up.
wearing. He got permission from Kevin Smith to wear the movie's outfit in Terrifier 2.
I just
for
wanted
his
to give him
cameo.
another shout out because I
So-
like him.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, we've got
Makes
his
the
masks
masks
back
and
here,
stuff.
so
Yeah,
yeah, it's all
exactly.
good.
Somewhere.
back here.
I want a
But-
Sammy mask. I'm putting my bid in.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, he's yeah. So they're doing a comic. It's who's doing it? I think it's either Boom or Dynamite. I'm not sure, but one of the licensed comic guys. I'll be interested to see it. I just
Yeah.
horror doesn't get enough love in the comics, so yeah, bring it on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm interested. I'm looking forward to seeing Terrifier 2. And then I'll probably run out and get these, and maybe I'll send them out to the guy. Because we actually interviewed this guy on one of the other Comic Book 101 shows. And I'll see if I can send him
the
out to get
director
him.
or the
Actor.
The actor. Oh yeah. He's moving on up right now. He's
Well,
he was
Don't ever forget the people that talked to you when you weren't big. That's bad.
He was at Spooky Empire that one year, too.
yeah exactly. So
So, all right. So, next one is the Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah, this is a movie.
Well, here's the cast of new people.
yeah.
And some of them I've heard of. Some
There's a
of
lot
them
of-
I have not heard of.
Well, they went with real action stars from
Which makes sense.
which is they've never done this for a video game adaptation. That
The
I
actor that
recall.
plays Liu Kang is a former Power Ranger.
Only you, Mike.
Only no, that's,
Hey, I like Power
I was going to
Rangers.
say it, but I felt
that's
bad.
all. No, don't feel bad at all. Go
Don't
jump
have
right
to
in.
tell me.
Jump right in.
Join the
We're not the biggest
crowd.
Power Ranger fans. Some of us because we were too old
It's not
for
that
it.
I wasn't a fan. It was just not my era.
No, I like the I like the OG before they started screwing it up with all the
I
American
mean,
stuff.
they played it in the morning before I went to school, but I never understood it because I was
The only
too-
reason I ever watched it to see if you could see something coming through the outfit. So. Just saying.
That's the OG.
I watched
He was
Thundercats
also an
for that reason.
Aquaman.
Yeah, that's true. No, see, that's yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Same actor.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
anyway, so do we have the cast? Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can't
okay.
read that because I don't have my laptop tonight.
Oh, okay.
My laptop got
So
used
Luda
today.
Lin is going to play Liu Kang.
Right.
Alright.
He's the one from Aquaman, Power Ranger.
Yep.
We have Mercad Brooks as
Okay.
Jax.
I can see that one. That one looks pretty good.
And he was actually Jimmy Olsen on Supergirl.
Yep.
Then we have Jessica McName as
Oh, yeah.
Sonya Blade.
Now that
Yeah,
that was
that's a
definitely
good
a
one.
win.
She was in the Meg movie.
Now, I know who this guy is, but you'll never know who he is.
I'm not
because
going
he
to
always has
attempt
a
to
mask
pronounce
on.
his name.
What's it? Well, let me see. What's the name? Oh, God.
He was in Avengers.
Hiroyuki
Yeah.
Yep.
Sonata.
Sonata,
See,
yeah.
I did it.
Then we have Josh Lawson as Kano.
I don't know.
Keep
any
going.
of these
Okay.
people.
So he's from House of Lies. Then we also have Tadambu Asano as
Okay.
Raiden.
Okay.
He's not really. He was in
Yeah.
Thor.
Oh,
He's-
okay.
He was Hogan.
I was Hogan in
yeah,
the
in Thor.
Warriors 3.
Ah.
Yeah.
Then Joe Talsum as Sub-Zero, which
Okay.
I'm excited to see that he was in Fast and the Furious
Yes,
6.
yeah.
So I like Sub-Zero. Chin Han as Shang Tsung, which is going to be interesting seeing a younger version of him. He's from Ghost in a Shell, and he was also in Arrow. Then Sissy Stringer is going to be Melina, and her makeup is going to be great.
That
I'm
looks pretty
excited
good
for
if
her.
that's legit. Or
Yeah.
is that a fan
Yeah, it's.
presentation?
I don't. That looks
think
like a
it's
fan
legit.
one.
Okay.
But I'm excited to see how Melina comes out because that's one of my favorite characters right there. The Max Huang is going to play Kung Lao,
Now, I know who he is.
Yeah.
Kingsman, Secret Service.
Yeah.
Then we have Louis Tan, and it's a question mark. We do not know
Oh.
what
Dun,
he's
dun,
going
dun.
to play.
Mystery fighter.
Just as long as they have the song Mortal Kombat.
He could be.
Hire Mark Muncy to do the lyrics for your new song.
Everybody's thinking he's going to play Johnny Cage.
That would probably make sense because they haven't announced a Johnny
Yeah.
Cage, and that's your
Johnny
entry
Cage is
point
a big
generally.
main character in
Yeah.
a
Well, he's also like
franchise.
the entry point character. He's like
Yeah.
the guy who thinks it's all a movie and then realizes, oh crap, I've got to really
So,
fight
yeah.
and stuff. So
But he was in Badlands and Iron Fist. And he was Shatterstar in Deadpool 2.
yeah, for and he still wants to do a spin-off of Shatterstar on Mojo World.
That'd be interesting.
which would be an interesting thing, but that was very 90s, and I don't know
Yeah.
if it would translate well to film. But, you
I
know,
don't think Mojo World could really translate well.
no. But I wouldn't mind X-Babies. I'm
X-Babies?
calling it now. You could bring X-Babies. There was a Mojo World spin-off when Shatterstar was basically the star of this otherworldly, cable network. And oh wow, that's loud.
Someone knows
So
about it.
there's-
All right.
yeah, there was that otherworldly cable network, and Mojo ran it, and it entertains the multiverse. And the biggest star was Shatterstar because he couldn't kill him. So he did all these things to kill him, and they could never kill him, which was awesome. But he gets away. So then they realize, well, the best thing we can do is capture the X-Men because they're the universe's most hated thing. So if we bring them on here and we have them fight everybody, so Mojo's like, I've got the ultimate entertainment. I've got, the X-Men. And then the X-Men start escaping and, fight them back. And finally they came up with this brilliant idea. Well, let's just clone the X-Men and we'll make them little. So they made the X-Babies. And then,
I'm all about. Wait, is that the thing with the comic? Was it a comic where they had like the cartoon babies? And
yeah, the
everything?
X-Babies and stuff.
That's
Yep.
so cute.
And,
so cute. I
and
like
what
this
happens
rabbit
is,
trail.
At one point, they decide they need an agent because
Ooh,
they're
who's the
tired of
agent?
being attacked. And so there's a Darth Vader looking guy called the
sold.
Agent who is actually coming to hunt them
Sold.
down
Sold.
because they're breaking their contract.
Wait, is he a baby too?
No,
No.
he's like Darth Vader. But he
Someone
has
draw me
them
a
all
Darth Vader
sign
baby.
things so that he can get them on contract with Mojo again. And so Kitty Pryde is trying to save them and stop these little baby X-Men from signing things.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I want to get
The
those.
best
I'm
thing is
into
Wolverine
it.
just keeps going, I just want to poke him in the butt once. That's like, wait, now think about that line now. Exactly.
Oh no, Mark Muncy.
That's great.
Okay.
Go to your local comic book store, Chris Claremont. Goodness,
There's your
I think.
X-Babies.
There they are.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute.
Oh, that's
look how,
the Scotty
look at
Young
them.
stuff.
Yeah.
That's good stuff too.
Look at little hole.
Well, that's not X.
They kinda brought him back,
That's
yeah.
Marvel.
Little
Yeah.
Iron Fist.
Yep.
Little Captain.
I don't care. You're so cute.
That is good.
Still not little.
Yeah. So this next one we're going to talk about, it's actually kind of,
like
Jesus,
the next
it's
three things,
Next
actually.
three things. So okay. Now
I
this
hate
ain't
this
new
game. The big news of the
but
week,
we're going to
though.
talk about it because
This is the biggest news of the week.
we have.
Yeah, there was developments this week.
So Epic,
Epic Games.
right, in an epic failure,
Yes.
is suing good old Apple and now Google.
Google.
Yep.
Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to play their response to having their games pulled off platforms, especially the Apple platform. So Rob, let's go ahead and show that bad boy.
Today, we celebrate the anniversary of the platform unification directives. For years, they have given us their songs, their labor, their dreams. In exchange, we have taken our tribute, our profits, our control. This power is ours and ours alone. We shall prevail.
Speaking of
Okay.
babies, this is such
So-
a baby move.
I am so
I'm just
glad.
saying it.
Well,
So you
they
and I-
knew they were going to get pulled
Yeah.
because the ad was made. They had the lawsuit ready.
Just saying it.
The
Yeah.
minute they did this, they knew it was
They
going to
knew.
happen. They were like playing a game themselves. They wanted this to happen. They were like, we're going to die on this hill.
Yep, and they died.
Well,
Let me
What
tell
were,
you.
what were you glad about? What were you
You and I, sometimes we see
Sometimes,
things differently.
yeah.
But on this one, I think we're so on.
Because it's about contracts and knowing things ahead of time. And if if you sign a thing, obviously if you're a major corporation, you're going to read the thing, right? And so if you sign a thing, you're like, hey, I'm going to follow these terms. You have to follow these terms. So when Apple's like, hey, remember that thing you signed? Sorry, man.
So
you did the
don't-
bad thing.
So don't make a thing of it.
Exactly.
Don't be that child that's sitting in the supermarket, that's sitting down or laying on the floor, screaming and kicking because you didn't get your Cheerios.
and it's all because because Apple takes 30% of everything that they sell.
Yep.
Android takes 30% of everything they sell. Steam does not take that much.
No.
We don't know how much Steam takes
No.
because Steam is very
It's
secretive.
very secretive.
But
Love
they have to
Steam.
take
But they do
something
take
because they
something.
can't
Take a
do this
cut.
for
No,
free.
they do
Exactly.
take something. So, but apparently it's a lot less than
Right.
that. And then Xbox platform, PlayStation platform, they also take a chunk, but a lot less. But they allow, when you have like a marketplace, Steam, like the Epic Marketplace for Fortnite, and the Epic Marketplace for that on the consoles goes straight to Epic. So Epic was tired of giving the 30% to their little for their they're like,
bad.
you already bought the
Yeah.
game, now we want our chunk
it's
of
like,
our microtransactions.
I
and
get it.
It's
It's frustrating, but you know that jumping into the pool that you're going to get wet, and when you come out of the pool,
Right.
you're going to have to deal with the consequences. As silly as that example is, but it's true. You know what you're doing, and I know we've had several conversations, all of us, about like small businesses, things like that. Like, I get it. I don't think it's fair either that like they take these big of chunks. And I know some of their arguments were also like, well, I have to be on the Apple platform. I get it. I understand. But
Yep.
you also are not the ones that are running the Apple company. You're not doing all the things that Apple needs to do to make sure that your thing can even be on their platform. Whether it's inflated prices or not, that's a separate issue. You still broke a rule. You still disobeyed.
100%.
You don't get the Cheerios. Like,
Yep.
Yeah, and they're trying to do this so much because they're like, this is antitrust. There's price fixing, there's price gouging. They're thinking this is going to go straight to Congress. This is going to go straight to the Supreme Court, and they're going to win because everybody's hating on Apple right now, and everybody's hating on these other corporations. So we've got the administration that'll help us and that'll back us on this. And I'm like, no, we're corporate. We are a corporate country and a capitalist country. You broke a contract. That's all it's going to boil down to.
And I thought it was
and it's not
interesting.
going to go any further than that. And
Yeah.
Epic is what they're pulling anything with Epic right now.
Yeah,
They're pulling
and
anything
that's
that
what
uses the
happened.
Unreal
Yeah.
Engine is talked about being moved.
Yeah.
Which is actually can potentially affect people like Disney and
exactly. They've
and
made it this big.
Warner Brothers and
That use the Epic Engine because the Unreal Engine is used for tons
Everything.
of games. And tons of
Mandalorian.
things.
Well, actually, in the
And they use-
movie Mandalorian,
Yeah.
they used it.
They use it to make the effects
Right.
because it's so easy to use. That's why so many developers use it. This could kill that market for them big because suddenly they lose all their developers, their app makers that license that engine.
All
Wow.
I know is every car full of kids I've ever seen, they're all on their phones or their iPads playing Fortnite.
Right.
Now, that's going to go away.
Yeah.
So mommy and daddy are going to be like, oh,
They can play Diablo on their phone because that doesn't use Unreal.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but
is
that's
it-
from Blizzard.
It's Blizzard, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll give that guy some more
Nobody
money.
cares-
We'll give
nobody
that CEO
Well,
some
what
more
I think is interesting too is when Epic did their whole they're saying to the people, they're like, they're using their thing where they do all these things to protect the consumer. It's like, yeah, they do all these things to
Yeah.
protect the customer and the consumer. So you're telling the consumer that they're not doing a thing that they're actually doing. Like, I think it's funny how they're like, look how horrible Apple is. They're trying to protect you. It's like, yeah, I
Right.
know. I mean, we can go back and forth about if Android is better than Apple. I don't care. I like Apple's security. Is it the best phone in the world? I don't need to discuss that. I like that my information's not being sold. That's just, even though it's probably is behind the scenes. But I like that. So
Android
you can't
does
win me
officially
over.
announce that they track every single thing you do.
Well, everything.
Absolutely.
You're born with a number. They give you a number. But, you're not going to win me, even as a small business person, you're going to win me over with that argument. Because I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm really glad that there is a company
Right.
that's protecting me. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I'm sorry you get 30% taken out, but
I'm
get it.
I'm eager to see where it goes, just
I am
because
too.
this is the first salvo
Yep.
of a long legal battle, and this will probably take us another. I will say now 5 years.
But here's the
before we
thing.
even
I'm
get
gonna-
a remote.
I'm going to
solution.
say this, and I mean this in all sincerity. Apple and Google will crush.
they will.
Epic.
Oh, Epic, yeah. I mean,
100%.
Epic's convinced
This could
Fortnite
potentially-
is the biggest game in
Yeah.
the world now. I mean, it's
This
the
could
World of Warcraft
potentially-
of the day.
This could potentially hurt Epic.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what this is going to do.
So-
I mean,
Well, they just did a nuclear bomb, and they, when
On themselves.
exactly when Apple said a couple days ago that they were like, all right. Well, when they announced what you were saying, the Unreal Engine, like, yeah, it's going to be all gone by the 28th. Well, Epic's like, well, we know we're going to win, but we need these injunctions when you need to save us, government. You need to save us, and it's like, you you did this, you're not only going to implode your whole business, but you're going to mess so many people up, like you were saying. You're not going to get partnerships. No one's going to really want to work with you because you're so volatile at this point. You could have just gone to Apple and been like, hey, I know what I signed, but can we work something out? No,
Right.
you didn't. You just did it, and you got upset that you got caught and that you have a consequence.
Yep.
Rant over.
So crazy.
I love the rant. That's awesome because I'll tell you, it gets me fired up when
Yep.
these freaking people throw their little tantrums and they go to, oh, well, here's what they really thought. They thought that they would have the society beat down Apple
Yep.
to change their minds.
not gonna happen.
And Apple's like, yeah, if you don't want to use it, you don't gotta.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they don't think they realize the cult of Apple.
Exactly.
You know, is
It's not
better
even
than the
that.
cult of Fortnite.
It's also like the reasons they're giving, like I said, like, oh, well, yeah, they are protecting me. Sorry, not sorry. But
No, like I said, I'm eager to see what happens with this because it will make some changes both ways.
Yep.
And
it'll
I
be
think-
defining in the tech
yep,
industry,
exactly.
in the gaming
So
industry.
this is
for
going to
sure.
be huge.
It will.
It will.
All right, so this next thing is, okay, so everybody knows by now FanDome is coming this
Tomorrow.
weekend, right? And
DC.
September 12th.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. They
They're
split it.
splitting it.
They split it, and not just like 2 days. No,
Oh, we can watch it on vacation. That'll
a
be our
month.
whole day.
Yeah. We'll see if we can get this streaming.
Where are we
order.
going?
Yeah.
We're going to Kentucky.
We're going to Kentucky.
So
research.
for research for Erie, Appalachia, and we'll be hitting West Virginia.
Book
We'll
tag.
be hitting Ohio.
So I
and
need
we're
to get you
scouting locations.
I need to get you to talk to Barry.
Okay.
I got a guy for you to talk up there because there's a haunted church or something like there. That's
Oh,
like the
yeah.
octagon
Oh, yeah.
thing.
yeah, we need to talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I
we
love that
have-
'cause
by the
I'm-
way, we have full access.
Sweet,
Oh,
because
perfect.
now I've got interviews set up.
I knew you were
with
worth
some big
Not
names that will be part of Erie, Appalachia. You know, so
Yeah.
we've got some locations we're going to get to shoot at that nobody's taken pictures of before.
But fandom.
Oh,
The
the
fans.
RV is going to get such a workout.
So that's once we get this done, we're locking it in for a future trip for Erie Travels.
nice. And maybe pair of geeks.
And maybe Paragon.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I appreciate
So
it. So anyway, so DC announces major changes, and to me, I'm like, why are you doing this?
Well, I mean, they just fired like a bunch of staff.
So that tells me the content's not ready to be shown.
No.
Well, and that's exactly what's happened because now that what is it? They pushed which one's the second one now? Is the movie one the second one?
So it's actually, I have that list here. DC Fandom for the TV panels are actually, Flash is going to be on August 22nd. Black Lightning is going to be
Flash-
September 12th.
Flash took a spot because it was a blank spot
Yep.
before that.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
something
So,
else.
Yeah, Black
and they've
Lightning is
obviously
going to be
hidden
in
that.
September. Truth, Justice, and DC Comic Way is going to be September 12th.
Okay, so the comics got
Pennyworth
pushed.
is September 12th. These are all for the shows.
So they've mixed them. They've mixed them.
Yeah.
DC Legends of Tomorrow is going to be September 12th.
Okay.
Doom Patrol's September. Lucifer is September, which they should have did
here
that
we
this
go again with
weekend,
Lucifer.
considering it's coming out today.
Are you in love with him?
It's a great show.
It is
It is a
Yes.
really
It
great
is.
show.
I
Titans
watched
is going to
first few
be
seasons
Titans
and I'm like,
panel
I'm out.
is going to be tomorrow.
I like the
Okay,
different
so-
storyline of it.
DC
where I'm at.
Stargirl is going to be in September. Batwoman is September.
So all
Harley
the
Quinn
shows are September.
Yeah.
with a few.
Harley
in
Quinn's getting a
August.
panel?
Yes, Harley Quinn will have a
I
panel.
wonder if it's going to get a new renewal.
Kite man. Kite man.
Superman and
Love
Lois
Kite Man.
is
Kite
going to
Man's the
be
man.
I'm
September
poison
as
ivy,
well
100%.
because we have a new series for that.
Which one?
Superman and Lois.
Oh yeah. Now they were going to premiere that new animated movie that I was telling you about, the Superman Man of Tomorrow. They were going to show it on Saturday.
They have the clip that you sent to me.
Okay, well, good. We'll show the clip.
We're
But they
gonna
were
talk
going to
about
show
that
the whole
later.
movie for free at this fandom event. And then they realized, oh, everyone's going to pirate it. Maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, hello.
I know it's not on here,
DC
but
being smart with it
you know
shows
what
for once?
DC is also premiering this weekend, apparently?
What is that?
Zack Snyder Cut.
Oh, the Snyder Cut trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer. Which
Snore.
the little teaser trailer they released showed absolutely no new footage.
Exactly.
It was all
exactly.
Whedon
That's what I'm
footage.
like, I'm like, show me what I'm missing. Oh, okay.
I can't wait for this to come out. I'm so excited about the Snyder Cut coming out so that people will stop bitching about it because
Right.
it's.
Can we-
I so hope it sucks.
Can we like watch it at your house? Like every time they do something stupid, I can take a shot.
Yeah, oh, that-
and I'll just be
we'll be
drunk.
drunk
in the
in
first
We do
5
that
minutes.
here.
Fine.
Uber.
If-
Everybody Ubers home.
Yep.
So
Sounds
yeah,
good.
we put
I'll
all
sleep on the couch.
everybody here. We're a team, and we all put
Yes.
stuff into our
Yeah.
boxes so we can put our show together, right? So we have good content for you. It's kind of turned into a news show, and I know I hear everybody bitching. I get it. But we're working on changing a little bit of the format. Big change is actually coming.
Yep.
So, but that was one of the trailers that were put in there. Hey, let's talk about this trailer. I went and watched it, and I'm like, no,
Yeah, because it was nothing.
not
Yeah.
wasting my time on it.
Nothing on that.
Other than to beat it down.
Let's watch that Man of Tomorrow clip though. Let's watch that for a second if you got it.
I think I do. It's on. I think it's near the end of the list there, Rob.
Did we put that on there?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it now. Why not? Oh yeah, it's in the video folder. Blah blah blah. It's in there. I already have it in there. Yeah. So while he's finding that, we will
yeah.
go and.
We can talk about something else. Well, we'll talk about more about DC FanDome because what the Black
Okay.
Adam.
Here. Yeah. Let's go ahead and
Okay.
do. Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Look! Up in the sky! Whoa. Hey, maybe we should... Is that supposed to be going downwards? Oh, no. Damn. You gotta be kidding me.
So yeah.
I loved
They
that
put the
art
rocket into the
style.
sun. Here's the noise it's going to make.
No, it's not even going to get there. It'll melt before then. But anyway, it's pretty cool, and I love these in the OG outfit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So and that animation style.
I love the
looks incredible.
animation style. That's brilliant.
I was really worried because they were the last Superman Doomsday or the Dark Justice League Dark
Yeah.
Yes, Justice
was
League Dark.
ending that supposedly style of animation
yeah.
and all that and that era of DC animated. This is the first of the new one. I like the style.
I do too.
I do.
I can't wait. I've been. That's the one thing about DC Plus that I did. DC.
Universe.
Yeah, I
DC
did like.
Universe. DC
Is
Plus.
I'm Disney Plus.
I'm
Disney,
totally gonna buy DC Plus.
Exactly, DC. Is I was able to catch up on all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there were so many good
And I
ones.
loved it. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know that. I'm like, I love the Wonder
Now you
Woman.
just watch them on HBO Max.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, Bloodlines. That was really
So
good.
You
good.
can watch Studio Ghibli on HBO.
Yeah. I'm so excited they're doing these.
Studio
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Howl's Moving Castle.
you can watch it. I'm not gonna. I'm not hating on it.
No, there's
He doesn't like
there's a couple
anime.
you'll like. There's a couple you'll actually like.
Oh, really?
There's a couple I like. So
Yeah.
it's
Are they cartoon?
yeah, but they're
They're
good.
anime style, but they're
Everything's a cartoon.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
cartoon.
Call, you can call it anime. It's all a cartoon.
They're cartoon. Yeah.
We need
Anime
to show him
is a
Castle
cartoon.
Cagliostro.
My Neighbor Totoro.
Castlevania.
Yes.
Freaking love-
Castlevania.
No,
Cartoon.
Cartoon.
Yeah, it
no,
is a
I get it.
cartoon.
I get it.
no, they're animated.
Cartoons.
Yeah.
Animated.
Bugs Bunny. Cartoon.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny is a cartoon.
DC is still publishing comics, though.
Okay, so good one there. So cool. It came out. Jim Lee says that DC is still committed to the business of publishing comics.
Even though we fired half our editorial staff and a lot of writers.
Okay, so
This is my public
Get
statement.
rid of all the
about it.
important people.
but
We're
we,
still going to
but
put
we
it out.
talked about this.
Yeah.
I think we touched on this last week.
Last year.
It's okay.
It seems like it's
my
it's
God,
quarantine. It's all
oh my
my
You're there.
God,
You're
yeah.
there.
Have you got hurricanes coming? It's all normal again.
Yeah, yeah.
They need
They
to
have
stick
sharks.
to their core.
Right.
Yes.
I think DC,
I agree.
Marvel, Dark Horse, all these comic books, stick to your core. If you want these to be made into movies, give them or split the rights, right, to a movie house, make the film.
Keep some creative control so that
Yes.
it doesn't wind up off the
Right.
rails like the Ghost Rider movies. or
Right.
the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
know, you still have creative control,
Yeah.
but have them create the movie.
Like where Sony and Marvel finally made up and did
Yes.
the new Spider-Man movies.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that shows you what
I've
happens when
never
you do a
been a
creative
huge
collaboration.
When you
Spider-Man
actually
guy.
are nice to each other, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big Spider-Man guy, but I got
Neither
the
am I.
nickname for a while because when I was we lived in Tarpon Springs for almost 20 years,
I'm sorry.
and I know
I know, right?
Tarpon's really nice. Look,
No, we love Tarpon Springs.
it's really nice. And I belonged to the downtown association and stuff like that. And they used to, and before I got there, man, it was clunky. They did these events downtown, and they had people that, I mean, they thought they knew what they were doing, and they would have music and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, we're way beyond this. I just need rooftop access to everywhere. And they're like, what for? I said, we're going to put the speakers on top of the roofs, aim them down. You have surround sound, and it'll all be synced all the way. You'll walk all the way down. And they're like, you can do that? I'm like, yeah, because back then when we were Bayou Productions, we had the video component, but we were mainly we had a really nice recording studio, but we did big events. We were, concert,
are always
right?
good, yeah.
So I had my team come in here, and we're literally jumping from roof to roof to roof, and we're running cables and this whole 9 yards. They'd never seen anything like it. But the coolest thing is they could walk. You could walk from one end of Main down to the other end of Main, or Tarpon Ave, right?
Yeah.
We call it Main. And you never got out of sync of audio.
Nice.
And then, so they nicknamed me Spider-Man
Because you were
I was
jumping on
literally jumping from rooftop to rooftop.
I was very confused, and I was like, oh, yeah, Spider-Man, got it.
But I'm not a big Spider-Man fan. But okay,
He's better
so
than Superman.
if DC is going to just stick to what they know and do it right, that's a good thing.
Well, they're owned by Warner Brothers, who is the film production
Right.
company and has their, they did the Harry Potter movies, they do all that.
Yeah.
So they know what they're doing. The problem is they've been so pushed to be not Marvel.
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
do what Marvel's doing. You're darker. You're better than this. You should
No,
be,
do
and it's
what
like,
Marvel's doing
just
because they're doing a damn good
They
job.
are.
Just let
They
your
are.
comic
They're the
buys
kings of
make the
movies.
comic movies.
Right.
That's why they
Yeah.
got James Gunn. They're like, hey, Marvel let this guy go for a little bit. We're bringing him back. We'll make him do Suicide Squad because that's basically what Guardians is.
Yeah.
So that's smart. Let the filmmakers make their movies. And I think that's this whole Snyder Cut thing is because they were like, well, they didn't let Snyder make his own movie. No, he quit.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
walked away because he had a family issue. He had a,
So that was a little
death
different.
of a child,
Right.
suicide.
Yeah.
It was
And he
really
did the
bad.
right thing.
So he did the right thing by leaving. He gave it to Joss Whedon and said, "Hey, Joss Whedon made Avengers. So Joss Whedon knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
make it.
Firefly.
Let's have him." And then what do you get when you add Joss Whedon? Yeah,
He made Firefly.
yeah. And what happens when you add
And
Joss Whedon to
Serenity,
didn't
anything?
he?
He's going to
And he
make
made
some.
Buffy. He's an angel.
He did, didn't he? How about that?
But he's going to add humor to it. He's going to add some lightheartedness to it.
Right.
Because that's just what he
then
does.
so suddenly all the fanboys go, "Oh, it sucked, so it had to be Whedon's fault." And it's like I think he
No.
did what he could with what he had. So I am waiting for this Snyder
Yeah.
cut
Yeah.
to come out because
How
honestly,
much darker and grittier is it
I
going to
think
be?
Zack Snyder,
Right,
honestly,
exactly.
the last thing I liked him that he did was 300, and even that I thought could have been better. So if it had been closer to the comics,
Burn.
Yeah, I think if it was, I loved 300.
Yeah.
Now the sequel sucked.
yeah, and
There was a
but-
sequel?
yeah,
Yeah.
but it wasn't made by.
It's like one of those
anybody,
things
so.
where like we don't speak of it. All right, got it. All right.
It's like Highlander 2. It didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen. But I mean, I liked 300.
Yep.
The sex scene in there was just badass.
Yep.
Right. So I mean,
Well, some of the
look,
fight scenes were just incredible, so.
Master Roshi doesn't. I have him regrowing, so
Oh,
I have
okay.
to get it back. But yeah, I love that. But and there was, I mean, the blood and guts in that was just
Oh, it was beautiful.
the cinematography in that.
It
was
looked like Frank Miller stuff
absolutely
coming, and that's what everybody
phenomenal.
expected him to do for
Yep.
everything after that. And that's the problem is that's what he's done.
Yeah.
that was perfect for 300.
Yep.
That's not perfect for X-Men. That's not perfect
No,
for
it's
Batman. That's not
not.
perfect for Justice League.
Yep.
It was good for 300.
Yep,
So,
exactly.
anyway.
All right, so moving
Save
on.
Mothra.
So you both are excited
Yes.
about this.
I am thrilled
Yes.
about this. I think Elizabeth's probably excited about this.
DuckTales.
The next season of DuckTales will feature an hour-long Darkwing Duck special.
More shows
Yes.
going on their darker
Yes,
characters and aspects. I think it's interesting. Even Disney. I mean,
How
he's
are you gonna
technically a
get
darker
darker on
character.
DuckTales?
No, Darkwing Duck
Darkwing
was
Duck's-
a comedy.
he's a comedy, but
he's a
he's like-
takeoff on the pulp characters.
Oh no, I watched
Yeah.
it. I watched it. I'm
He's-
just like, how can you get darker?
Well, that was just what happened was Disney got beat at their own game for a little bit. Disney ruled afternoon television with
Yeah.
DuckTales and Gummy Bears
Tailspin.
and Tailspin.
Gummy
I
Bears was
love-
more Saturday.
Yeah,
Saturday.
Afternoon
Gargoyles.
cartoons, you had
Well,
DuckTales. you
what
had
happened was they were running it
Tailspin.
before
You had
Gargoyles, before all
Gargoyles.
that.
Was it before
Yeah.
Gargoyles?
This is all before all this. It was just DuckTales was their new hit, and they didn't know what to kind of do with it. They were like, and suddenly out of the blue, because this was back when there were only a few networks.
Yep.
Fox comes up and says, "We're making a new cartoon network. We're going to go crazy. We're going to put stupid."
Afternoon
All the
cartoons
Hanna
when you get
Barbera
school.
reruns and Looney Tunes reruns on notice. Even and Warner Bros. Like, look, we're going to update Looney Tunes. We're making it Tiny Toons. We got Steven Spielberg. We're going to make Steven Spielberg happy. That's all we want to do. And then that worked. And then they're like, okay, well now we need to do something else. We need to make a whole block of animation. And they come up with Batman the Animated Series, probably the greatest cartoon of all time.
Oh, that's the one with when he's older and and it's all drawn in that thin.
That's Batman Beyond, which came from that.
I love
Yeah.
that.
But Batman Animated Series, they redid
And
all the
it's
classic
so
stories.
good.
They invented Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
they
Harley
invent
Quinn's
all
first
this other
appearance.
stuff. And it's like the greatest collection of animators. They were all so tired of doing all their stupid stuff at these other channels. So they all come on and do this one show. And then Disney sees that and goes, shoot, we got to tap into that market.
Right.
So they come up with a little bit darker shows. They come up with Gargoyles.
Loved it.
Great show.
But, and it was doing well, but not well enough.
Right.
So they're like, we got to add a little bit of our kid stuff to this, and they came up with Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck.
Spin-off
So
of
he's- yeah,
DuckTales because
he's-
you had Launchpad McQuack,
Right. Yep.
which was also in it.
I mean, I watched the doc. I mean, I just don't know how you can make that darker.
Well, and that's just it. They're good. Well,
I mean, are we going to go
the new-
Duckwing Dark after night?
No, I think
Well,
it's
the new
funny because they're like
DuckTales
putting
is
a
a
dark,
very
funny
smart-
character into like a really funny
Yeah.
series. So
Yeah.
they're like trying to. It's like a kind of hand and foot kind of a thing because
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we'll add some edge with Darkwing Duck. But you're like, he's also a big
It's a
comedy.
Disney version of like Batman. pretty much,
Exactly,
is
And
what
it's
he
pretty
is.
much So
And so I'm
bringing
excited.
Batman into these.
and they
Scooby-Doo
brought Jim
character kind
Cummings
of
back to
things.
do the voice.
Yes.
So I'm sold. And the DuckTales reboot's actually been really great with David Tennant
Yeah.
and a bunch of amazing voice casts.
I
so-
didn't think I would like it because the voices were a little bit different,
But they've
but
They-
it grew in
they
the
rock.
art style. It grew on me. I really
So
it
it's
grew on
coming
me.
back in September.
so that's not too far out.
Not too
Not
bad.
too far. I can
Next
wait
month.
for that.
Yeah. All right. I'm
I'm excited.
Speaking of the
they
Batman
put
of
a
Disney.
moon lander on the Earth.
What?
Okay.
Oh, you're looking.
I'm reading some of the names of the
The-
shows,
the
right?
episodes? Yeah.
The Forbidden Fountain of the Foreverglades.
Yes.
That's okay.
Escape from the Impossible.
Yeah.
What?
Let's get dangerous.
Yeah, it's the episode,
Yeah.
baby. I'm excited. That was his battle cry. So.
Okay.
But speaking of Batmans,
Yeah.
The new game.
the new Batman.
Is it? Where is it? We still don't know.
We'll know
Find out.
hopefully tomorrow.
Is that part of this, or did it get pushed to September 12th?
Oh yeah. That's
I'm
September-
hoping it's going to be tomorrow. They'll tell us.
Because I think this kind of leaked this week. We kind of know something's coming,
Yeah,
but what
something's
is
coming.
it?
I love that outfit.
Yes, and
That
they-
look
they-
is just
The
gritty.
video
It's-
teaser shows the Court of Owls logo.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it's got to be a new
So
game.
we're thinking a new game. It's going to involve Court of Owls, which will be quite
the
interesting.
rumor for the longest time was this was just going to be a remaster of the Arkham games for the new systems.
Well, those games really put a good spin on Batman, and we're to the point where DC's like, yeah, we're accepting you into a universe. You're now a universe all of your
not
own.
only
And
that-
they had Easter eggs where they had like implying Harley Quinn was pregnant and doing this and doing that, and then you had like Arkham Knight where it was like Red Hood. And you had all these classic characters.
The big thing
and-
about the Batman game, it's the first time you actually get a comic game that's worthwhile. Because
Yes.
let's face it,
It's the
all the
first-
Superman
yeah.
games sucked. They did not make any
Hey.
money. They were
Hey.
horrible. No,
They did.
it's not
Hey,
because
no,
of
I know they
Superman.
did.
The
No,
games
they
were
were-
just
they were-
They're pretty good.
horrible.
How
I
could
don't
you
know, there was that old arcade beat 'em up.
So
was pretty good.
how
so.
could you how can you have a Superman game when he's the ultimate superhero?
Yeah, there was an old side scroller beat 'em up from Capcom that was Superman that was pretty good.
Ooh, hey, look, he loses
And-
today. Oh no, he does. He
and
just
then,
tired.
But even the
And that
old
one was cool 'cause
Batman
you could
games
two-player and the
from
other guy
the
was
NES were not that good
Exactly.
either.
No.
So to finally have a Batman game that came out that was really
It
done
broke
well,
the superhero curse.
It
I
did.
mean,
Yeah.
well, I
It
think
broke the
City of
superhero
Heroes was the only other one, and then
Still
it
on
was
City
way
of
back.
Heroes.
Freedom Force.
game, though.
When Freedom Force came out, that was the first superhero game that didn't suck. I remember having the box on my table when Freedom Force came out, going. If those of you who remember that game,
Yeah,
we're
how
all
old
like,
are you? How old?
before that, we were all like, man, every superhero game in the world ever has sucked. Even the old Spider-Man 2600.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
we're like,
Spider-Man
what is-
actually was the first time games started coming good when they did it for like the PS2.
Well, Sega CD had a pretty good Spider-Man
Yeah,
game too.
but
it
Batman
was-
Arkham was a good take on an actual fighter game.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That was a
wasn't
pretty
it?
But they
awesome
also did
game.
good
I remember
story
playing
things
that.
too.
Yeah, sounds like pretty
To like
good.
John's point with Superman,
Yeah.
like in one of the games, they
But
actually arrest
that was
Bruce
like,
Wayne.
It was the curse. It was like all the all the games sucked until Rocksteady.
And everyone has been a winner too. So it's not like, oh, the first Rocksteady game was good with Batman, and then it's like, no, it's like the next one was good, the next one was good. Again, they kept doing different things.
hell of a twist in that ending of the last one.
Exactly.
So,
Like it
Arkham
was
Knight.
all this stuff again. Like I was saying, like they actually Hugo Strange.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Hugo Strange,
Yeah.
who knows the identity of Batman, he arrests Bruce Wayne. So you have that whole like, oh, what's he gonna
And then-
do? They have to.
Scarecrow.
Driving
Scarecrow's
the
in the first
Batmobile.
one, yeah, and like it's just. You're right. It broke the curse.
Yeah, and it just
It was
it was
revolutionary.
so. And then but they again Batman the animated series. Who did they get to do the voices? Kevin Conroy, Mark
Mark
Hamill.
Hamill.
The
They got
one
all those
true
same actors.
Batman.
Yeah, all those amazing actors to do the voices for the same characters
I
again.
wish they had let him. Unpopular opinion, maybe. I wish they would have let him be an actual Batman.
Well, he
I know
was-
he's
They
not doing
did.
it.
They
Crisis of Infinite
technically
Earths.
did.
I just
Crisis
like
of
live
Infinite
action.
Earths.
Like I know
They
he probably
did.
doesn't like look like it. I mean, like in a movie. That's just my
Yeah,
little
no,
heart
agreed.
wishing that it was
Agreed.
something that would have
Well,
happened.
they
I
were
think-
kind of playing him as a Batman Beyond type.
Yeah, he was the
mentor.
old crotchety guy.
And he was in
everything.
a suit of armor and all this.
He had, like,
and
the
the problem
Lex
is
armor
they
on
made
his
him
legs.
evil.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah,
my thing.
and he
Unless
tries to
you've-
kill
Unless you've donned
Black
the
Canary.
suit,
Yeah.
because you're a voiceover, you're not Batman.
No, and that was just it. This was them giving him his
That's
chance.
why I want
He
him to
actually
be-
did a
yeah.
hell of a job with that part,
'Cause he's
though.
the
Yeah.
voice.
He got some grief for that though because he was playing an evil Batman. And
Right.
he's like, look, I didn't even see
He's
the
not
script.
really evil,
they
he's
said
just-
we're gonna let you be Bruce Wayne, and he's like, sign
think
me
all-
up. Hell yeah.
I think all Batmans are evil.
yeah, but that's
Well,
yeah.
yeah. But he's
Especially this
the
next one.
voice of
Psychopath.
Batman to me, just like Mark Hamill is the
Schizophrenic.
voice of the Joker.
They're just
just
like a
is.
bat.
But technically, he's not the
But
Joker,
he's not. I
'cause
know.
He's never donned the makeup.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
No?
Well,
he did.
Did he put the makeup on?
Yep, in one of the Crisis episodes, he wears
Yeah.
the Joker makeup and does a bit. So technically, he was a Joker.
In
In
the, wait a minute, the
multiple
Crisis,
ways.
wasn't that cartoon?
No, that was
No.
CW.
CW.
That's a TV show.
Oh, see,
Yeah.
I missed that one. I'm sorry.
You
I-
haven't got that far in your
You're right. I'm trying to
Nerd
catch.
shaming.
Man, I am
Nerd
trying.
shaming.
Hey, look, I'm the nerd.
But the problem-
That's, no, I'll be honest.
I
I'm
put
not
all
a big
this
fan
crap
of the
together.
CWs.
It's
I only
all
watch
That's
the
where my
crossovers.
nerdism.
The problem, we gotta get you to actually watch just the crossover episodes of every episode.
Yeah. Mhm.
From like Flash, Arrow. That way you can, because you're
and
watching.
you can skip 50
yeah,
minutes
you're
of the
just
first one because they
watching
only announced it
Yeah.
at the last 10
1
minutes.
hour episode
Exactly.
of Legends of Tomorrow. You don't know what's going on in that whole.
it's like fast
5
forward,
show
and there we go.
arc.
Good part. Fast forward. Good part. There we go.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
Got it. Okay. So speaking of Batman, it looks like the Batman movie may not have much shooting left.
Yeah, they're saying they were almost done with it when they got shut down.
Yeah.
And so, because we thought it was still
Yeah.
months of shooting, but now they're saying that the reshoots are going to be quick.
And they
Well,
released yesterday the first official logo, yesterday.
Yeah,
Really?
the copyrighted logo.
Well, I mean, okay, so you've been in the film world.
Yeah.
Rob in the back. I've been in the film world. The first thing you do is you shoot all your major,
Right.
and then you got to go back and shoot your minors.
Yep.
Then you got to go back and shoot your effects.
Yep.
So they probably just had the effects left to do.
Well, and then it's the reshoots for the close-ups for the
Right.
big films. That's
Right.
we've all been low budget
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
So now it's the close-up shots because it didn't quite match. So
Some of the
for us,
voiceover stuff.
yeah, back in our day, it would have been like, it's good enough. Just
Yeah, we're gonna,
no,
yeah.
no one's
it looked
gonna
a little
notice.
fuzzy, but you're okay.
But then you still watch
Like
some of these
Superman's
big budget movies.
mustache.
Oh yeah.
Not mustache. It was his whole jawline.
yeah.
No, it was the mustache.
That
That's
was
what
most
caused
of
it.
But then they also
because
did-
they had
They
CG.
had to do the whole
Yeah, but he had
jaw.
his
they
whole
had
jawline.
CG
You
all
don't do
that.
just a mustache.
Yeah.
So you
And-
had to literally cut him from here and just put it at a jaw on, which
How
is-
much money extra was that? Like,
Well,
stupid.
$5
they
million, I
offered
think.
to pay to have him. They offered to pay to CGI on the mustache because that would have been so much easier.
Yeah.
But they were like, no, he's got to keep it. He's got to.
Also, he could be
People not
he
playing
could be
nice
the
with each other.
semi bad guy in
In,
James
Mission
Bond.
Impossible.
yeah.
$25 million they
Wow.
they've spent on that.
I'm just saying.
They
Wait a
did.
month and shoot that scene later, and
Yeah.
it wouldn't. No one would
You
have known.
know that was the other company just being like, yeah,
That'll be the
Yeah.
Snyder cut.
Go F you.
That'll be the Snyder cut. He'll have the mustache.
We know he has
It's
the black
darker
suit.
and grittier.
Mustache with the black suit. There
That's
you go.
it. Snyder cut.
It would have worked.
Done.
Right? It would have definitely
$25
worked.
million.
Yeah, because he was more
25
evil.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bad.
Mirror universe. It's all good.
All right, so now I did not. I stopped watching after the second season of this next episode, so I don't know a lot about it other than so CBR.com is putting on there how Agents of Shield altered the
Yes.
MCU going forward.
Because the last season that we're on, or is finishing up now, they time travel back to save Hydra. In
Yeah.
order to save Shield, you have to save Hydra. So it's been quite interesting because some stuff's changing and it's going to affect the movies now.
It's pretty cool. I mean, I honestly, I haven't
not
followed it
cool.
as much as I wanted.
Hail Hydra.
Hell,
I'm grumpy about it.
Where's my Hydra ring?
Marvel complain. They're like, we're a linear timeline, and then what do? They screw up the
They
timeline.
pull a Barry Allen.
Oh, I always hit the table. I rant about Spider-Man all the time, how he messed up the whole thing. It's the same thing. Like, I don't understand why they go, oh, we're going to fix it. They're like, oh, don't worry, we got to go back and I'm like, just be like DC then. Just be like DC. Do your little universes, do your different timelines. Just stick to one or the other. Right?
No, that's why Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was so good, because it continued the timeline from the movies.
Yeah, it was trying.
That's why people liked it.
Because now they're doing the thing. It negates the point of it being good.
they're
No,
actually
it's
trying to
just
fix it
changing-
back.
Yeah,
They're trying to fix it
It's
so
going
that
to
it didn't
change what's
happen.
going to happen
Maybe stop
now.
making mistakes in
That's
the first
exactly.
place.
Thank you. Time travel.
That's kind
They
of where
can't
Time
stop.
travel, ladies and gentlemen. Only
See,
show that does it
Sean
right
and
is
I,
Doctor
we're
Who.
vibing really hard.
Look
Thank you
at
very
Barry
much.
Allen
Pretty
in
good.
Flash. Anytime he goes back in time, he screws the
Messes
timeline up.
And they tell him again and again. They're like, Flash, don't do it. Flash, things happen. Blah, blah. What does he do? Oh, I gotta go save my mom. Oh, I gotta
Legends
save
of
the thing.
Tomorrow
Oh,
screws
I
up the
left the
timeline.
stove on. I gotta go turn that off.
The
like,
only people who've ever done the timeline right are Doctor Who and Bill and
Yes.
Ted. Thank you very much.
Amen, brother.
And
And
Bill-
maybe Back to the Future.
And Legends of
Back to the
Tomorrow is the
Future,
reason we
yes,
have
definitely.
COVID
Yeah, Back to the
2020.
Future.
Yeah, Legends of Tomorrow is pretty fun. So
yeah.
Okay, so yesterday on your show,
yes.
Yeah.
you guys' show, you had Thor's Day.
Thor's
Day!
Thor's Day.
It was a
right?
great day.
So my question,
Puddle
to you-
gulp
I
for the
put
win.
this in here because I wanted to ask the Comic Book 101 team, but when Thor fought Captain Marvel, who actually won?
So it's interesting. It depends. Does he have the hammer or does he not have the hammer?
has
Well,
a
this
hammer.
is actually from the comic. Was this Civil War II, I believe? Or was this Fear itself? It was one of the big events. And Captain Marvel
feel
is
like
like,
it's two.
she goes to town.
Yeah, it's number 12
on,
actually.
on Thor, and she wins like big time. So
She cuts his head off.
yeah, exactly, kills him, and that's where he starts the next thing where he's got his one-eyed Thor, just his head. It's pretty brutal for a comic, and
But does she put it back on so it heals?
there's
'Cause
timey-wimey
like you said
Marvel
yesterday,
comics. Yeah,
in the comics, nobody dies.
yeah, exactly. Nobody dies.
Nobody-
Thor's
There's
back.
no permadeath.
Captain Marvel, it didn't happen.
Well, it's like
And
their
so now
excuse is like he's a
that's-
god, and it's like, okay, we understand this, but
But is he?
exactly.
That's why we didn't talk about it on Comic 101. And we talked
Right.
about fun stuff like Puddle Gulp and Beta Ray Bill and
Yes.
Siege.
But
and
Captain
other
Marvel
things.
has
Angela.
this theme of just going, I'm not a fan. I'll just be honest. I know she's
Well,
a
you're-
girl.
yeah, she's
I know
a
she's a
girl.
girl, and I'm supposed to be a fan. Kamala is the better one. Miss Marvel
Yes.
is better than Captain Marvel. 100%.
agreed.
They should not have done a Captain Marvel movie.
like
they should
her.
have done a Miss Marvel movie. You know
Yes,
why?
which
Because
they are
Kamala
casting for
is,
a
yes,
DC Plus show.
yes.
So isn't
they-
Kamala
not DC
the
Plus.
Muslim?
It's going to be
Kamala?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Thank you. I was very
Sorry,
confused.
you got me saying DC Plus. Oh my God.
It's like having a
contagious.
brain like
I'm outta here.
aneurysm. No, because
outta
Kamala
here.
is relatable. She makes mistakes, and you know what happens when she makes mistakes? She goes, "Oh, guys, I made a mistake." She's not like Captain Marvel. That's like, well. And I'm saying this as a woman. I'm a woman, and I did it for justice. It's like, no, you made a mistake. You started Civil War II because you thought. I'm ranting again because you thought that this guy was always right, and guess what? It's like Minority Report.
Yeah.
You can't just go arresting people because you think they're going to do bad things. Aunt Rand.
Oh.
She's not a good
No problem.
character. She's not a good character. I'm sorry.
That's why they
That's
have to
still one Marvel
retcon
movie I
her
haven't watched.
Origin 100 times.
Yes,
So,
right.
She could be a good character.
And she started off as a dude.
Yeah.
well, that was
Well, that's a different character.
different Captain Marvel.
I don't care.
That's not her.
I know.
I know.
He
what
was
you're
like the only character to stay dead for a long
I
time.
know what you're
They only
saying.
brought him back after
He was
Civil
Captain
War.
Marvel.
I think
Marvel.
honestly what's most annoying to me is that she really could be a good character,
Oh,
but
she
they
could be
make
awesome.
her.
Yeah.
They make. I'm trying to choose my words very, very,
No, don't.
very
No.
carefully.
Go.
Rip it.
She's basically a communist. As in, it's her way or the highway. She doesn't want to listen. Who wants to listen to Tony? But she doesn't want to listen to anyone else. She just does what she does. And, in Civil War II, they end up, people end up dying there. I won't spoil it. Their friends end up dying. And she's like, oh, well, how was I supposed to know? It's like, you maybe shouldn't have done the thing. Like, she never
She sets
fully
one of
takes
them up.
responsibility. But she could be such a great character. And I think they tried to make her more relatable and
But I think-
more like, oh, we like each other with her, like, thing with Nick Fury in the movie. But it just...
This is me with Iron Man, in the
I'm
comics.
sorry, guys,
So
I'm
this is how I
sorry.
talk about
Don't be
Iron
sorry.
Man comics. So
Your fans are like, never have this woman back
this
on
is
your
how I
show.
talk
Oh,
about
no.
Iron Man
Oh,
comics.
no.
So yep.
Kamala
like-
is just superior, in my opinion.
Now, she.
my
what were you
opinion.
asking? If she's Muslim?
Yeah,
Yes.
wasn't she?
Yeah, Kamala's
She's the Muslim one, yeah.
Kamala's a Muslim and awesome. So
Yeah.
probably one of the best things. My favorite scene with her is like right in the first issue. She's like staring at this at a hoagie counter.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, the heathen meat. It's tempting
Exactly.
me. It's
They don't
That's
really
too
push it
funny.
in your face
No,
like they
but it's
make.
awesome.
Because people were like, oh, she's, it's like, no, they don't push it in
No,
your
and that
face. They
was-
just make little nods to it. And she has, darker skin,
doing it
and you
right.
get over it. You
They
know
did
what I
it
mean?
right
They
with
did it
her.
really right. They
Yeah.
really did. So
let's
make
move
her
on.
stuff.
Hey, I'm okay.
I'm ready to
with it.
move on. I
don't
want to
care.
talk about Ryan Reynolds.
Okay, so
I don't want to talk about Ryan.
Mr. Ryan.
Mr. Ryan, for you?
Mr. Ryan.
Your
or-
love and joy.
I love Ryan Reynolds, too.
He's the only guy
amazing.
I would. Yep.
That's me and Bruce
I
Campbell.
respect you for that choice.
Yeah.
I think that's a fine choice.
Yeah,
Bruce
that has-
Campbell and Brian Blessed.
He's a panty dropper. Of course, I don't have any panties on, so it'll be just breeches. But anyway, I'm as straight as an arrow, but he's the one guy that could probably turn me.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And that's what he says.
So anyway, he says, "Stop partying during the pandemic. Don't kill my mom."
That's those crazy Canucks started a
Yes.
surge.
Yep.
And
And all these dumbasses are out there. Look. Okay, I'm of the brain thought of, I think we're being played a little bit. That's just me. And this is what was Rob telling me. This is my opinion.
yes,
Right?
Not
And
the
this is-
opinions of WeBeam
No,
TV
right, exactly.
necessarily,
I think
except
we're
you are
played-
the owner.
I think we're being played a little bit.
Not in this case.
Do I think that there is you bet your ass there is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? But do I also think that they've already got cures for it? You bet your ass there is. And that'll all come out in November. I'm just telling you right now. Depends on who wins.
There is a lot of disinformation
I'm
out
just
there.
saying,
and
right.
that
There is.
I will tell you that disinformation is both sides are using it to their advantage.
You bet your ass
and
they are.
China and Russia and Iran, they've got 1 million Twitter bots or billions of Twitter bots, and that's what they want.
Because Australia came out today. Or yes, no, I'm sorry.
A couple days
Wednesday.
ago.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Came out Wednesday. They are using something that's been on the market for years. 48 hours knocks it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, and you know what? And both sides, the Dems and Republicans, are squashing it
Because
because they need this shit to go on. You motherfuckers better stop. I'm gonna curse and I'm gonna say it right now. You need to stop and get your shit together and get this country back online because, So here's what happened. All these people get out there, they start partying, and they don't pay attention, and the next thing you know, it's spreading all over the place.
Yeah.
Yep.
So-
And
People are
that's-
making
and
it
that's-
such a political
Don't you
issue.
hurt
It's a human.
Ryan's mom.
Yeah.
It's a human rights issue. I think it just boils down to that. It's not who's right, who's wrong
Well, I
necessarily.
think certain areas
I don't
are
want to
never
die.
going to come out of lockdown, and I think certain areas are.
Yeah.
And I think that's just,
Miami should never come out.
Miami and New York should never come out of lockdown. LA.
Dude, did you see how many people are leaving New York
Yep.
now?
Like-
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
New York, see, they're
That's-
lined
in
up
California,
with trucks to
there
move.
is a shortage of U-Haul trucks because people are moving out of the
Well, that's
state.
because it's on fire.
on fire and taxes.
California is completely on fire.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
I have a question about the whole COVID thing right
Right.
now. Disney, did you hear about what happened earlier in the week or last week? It's been some guests went to Disneyland. Their son or daughter is high autistic, like can't wear a mask, can't do anything, and they wanted to go to the parks. Medical reason, the kid can't wear it. They said no, the kid cannot come in because
It's
of the
not-
mask.
Okay, let me.
Yeah, you
because
do
I
it.
have an autistic child.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
you do.
Okay, so let me tell you right now. If I want to try to push that boundary, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
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 And that's what they were doing. They
So Disney
filmed
did the
it.
right thing.
Yep.
Because here's the thing: Disney has the right to
say
refuse
yes or no.
service.
Yeah.
if you don't follow my rules, again, here we go back with
Yeah.
you signed the contract when you bought the ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've worked. I used to do at school. We had like a special needs, so I've worked with those children, and they're not my own. I'll just say that I'm not a mother; they're not my own. But I know, and your heart goes out to them because I have a lot of friends that their child is either full blown or they're on the spectrum, Asperger's, things like that. And you go out to them because like Disney is for a lot of kids in that mental state. It's their love and joy, and
It's their release and their escape, right?
And but like. At least the parents that I know, I'm not speaking for them, but what they've told me, they're like, we've tried to create an experience at home, we've like decorated the living room, things like that, but I can't take my child because I know as a parent, and I know as a worker that's worked with them, they're good. It's not in their control.
Options.
Yeah.
There's other things
and there's other options, and they have the wherewithal to not be. Well, my child deserves. You're right. Your child does deserve, but unfortunately, right now we can't provide an environment where they can be.
That's correct.
Yep.
And I hate to say that because I always love those children. They're the sweetest, most precious things. Them and with Down syndrome, I love them so much. But you got to protect them just as much as you have to protect everyone else. Because you know that when that happens, you have people on their side and against them, and you know that they got hate. Just like Disney got hate, and so that's
Both
not
sides
helping
have got hate,
Exactly.
sadly.
That's not
but
helping
I agree
that
with Disney
child.
on this.
I do too.
I think Disney did the right thing.
I back as much as I am not a fan of Disney.
Yep.
Well, I like them, but I don't love them.
We'll work on it, sweetie.
No, I
We'll
think
work
they're.
on it.
Yeah, I think
But I think
again,
they
like
did
we
the
said,
right
it's
thing.
just-
They could have
were in the
taken her
right.
to the resort because I actually have been to the resort before they opened the parks, and I know it's a little expensive, and people could argue that, but if you get a hotel room, you have that Disney experience.
Yeah.
You do have to stay in the hotel room. She would have to be in the hotel room.
But there's other
but-
things too. Like I said, yeah.
Exactly.
There's-
And it just breaks my heart both ways.
Yeah.
But
I mean, and in worst case, seek out somebody who might be able to help and get you private access for a private party or private function or stuff. There is
they've
options.
come out with like things to help with the sensory issues because I know a lot
exactly.
of autism sensory on the face. There's like hooks now and stuff. I'm not saying they should have done
and
that.
I think even Disney said if they would have approached us, we could have probably figured something.
Yeah, because
It's
the
the same
videos,
thing with
the
that.
person just right off the back, oh, you're refusing it. Oh, you're refusing it because he's trying to build it.
He wanted
It looks
to
like he's trying
they
to build a
went in
case
to build
Yeah.
this.
to
Yeah,
go
that's
to
what
a
I
lawyer
He's
and be
looking
like,
for
I want
social
money.
justice.
Yeah.
Which
this
sucks
was-
because
and-
that right there, when you really need a cause that needs social, I mean, I don't back social justice in a whole, but sometimes to get a major thing taken care of, it's a good thing.
It's
Yeah.
circumstantial.
In this one, this guy, the dad, the parents were being assholes.
No, he was.
Period.
100%.
Bottom
Definitely in the video he was.
And the poor kid is caught in the middle. That's all it
Exactly.
is.
I feel bad
That's
for the
all it
child.
is.
Yep. So this next thing we're going to jump onto.
This was all
You
me,
put
baby.
this in here, baby.
This is all me. One of my favorite bands of all time teamed up with one of the coolest things that I am so excited to finally go back to a movie theater and see this. But not only that, they
When
brought
it's
out
safe.
the greatest band ever, and this is probably
when we
one
get
of
back,
the
we'll
most
talk about
awesome
that.
videos.
Yeah,
So
let's watch the video real quick.
Let's watch the video.
Knocking on my door, they tell me it's time to go on. Last check in the mirror to see if anything's wrong. The writing's up on the wall, a warning shot to them all. My head is spinning, it's the beginning of the end. The people freak out when I walk out there, so scared. My head is spinning, it's the beginning of the end. The people freak out when I walk out there, so scared. Nostradamus predicted a bomb would drop.
excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
My head is spinning. It's the beginning of the end. When people freak out, when I walk out there, so scared. My head is spinning. It's the beginning of the end. When people freak out, when I walk out there, so
Okay, that's cool.
That was most excellent, dudes.
Most non-heinous.
Get ready to open for
Wild
Stallions! Just one last question.
Do you, know any Kiss songs?
You bet we do. Pat, count us in.
Hello.
In theaters.
So funny thing about the end of the video.
Yeah.
Bill and Ted 2, the music was from Kiss, the main theme song.
Right.
Yes.
God
Yeah.
gave rock and roll
So that's
to you.
why they did the Kiss.
So it was a nice little thing. Oh, well.
It was great. I loved it.
that.
And I'm just having Weezer, my favorite nerd band,
So
doing.
you like
They're great.
Weezer, huh?
After In the Garage and Buddy Holly. How do you not
The
like
sweater
Buddy
song.
Holly, man? They did freaking Happy Days for
Yeah.
the video. So and,
CG they did for that was
yeah, I
great.
know it was incredible. Incredible. I thought I was watching a Happy Days episode for a little bit. I was like, how did they do this?
Yep. I love
It
the
still
fact that
holds
they
up.
showed the fan guy with the fan and blowing the hair.
Oh yeah, all that.
A little
that's-
behind the scenes stuff. That's them. That's what
that's
them.
That's
do.
That's what they've always been, a nerdy band.
Right.
That they made their music to get girls. Can't go wrong with that.
Exactly.
Speaking of a blast from the past,
Oh yeah, man.
So Blockbuster, there's one still left.
One left.
They decided to make an Airbnb out of it.
it's amazing.
That's
Why it's
amazing.
So after hours, it turns into the Airbnb.
Oh, incredible.
But
No,
what I
what do you mean
found out,
after? I thought it was. It's not an actual.
it is still a Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a functioning
yeah.
blockbuster.
It's the
Yeah.
only
It's the only one
Blockbuster
left.
left in
How is that
America
possible?
Yep.
because it's independently owned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The thing
they
I love about
stayed.
Blockbuster too is
But-
they still have their Twitter.
Yep.
Yes.
The last
Yes, the
Blockbuster. Yep.
Blockbuster Twitter is like Wendy's. It's the best.
So here's the downfall on that. It was announced it's a limited time from the 18th of this month till the 20th.
So they're only
It
doing
ended
it
today.
2 nights.
Aww.
Yes, and the price.
Let me guess.
It ended yesterday.
Yeah. No, and yesterday.
$7,500 a
Yesterday.
month.
Well, for
I
only
mean,
2
a night.
days.
No. Next.
$500 a night.
Nope. Next.
Oh, 10,000.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would pull price to right and go $1 because it's only $4 a night.
What?
It was $4 for a night.
That's a rental price. That's
Yes,
awesome.
that's why they did
I
it.
get the
Oh,
joke.
I get it.
Oh, I get it.
I get it now.
So after you checked
Then you
out,
get late fees?
This is why we.
so after you checked out in the morning, the cleaning crew would come clean everything real
Yeah.
quick.
And
Then it would open back up so
at the
people
store.
could come rent
like,
movies
2
and
people could
everything.
do this.
Up to 4 people in the night.
Yeah.
But it's just 4.
But only like.
We still got to do those. We got to go up to the Star Wars one.
Yeah,
and
it's-
that, we got to get that mansion out in the middle of nowhere.
We need
that's
to
the video
re-put
game
your
place.
house as Hellview and then let people live there.
Airbnb Hellview. I'm down with
So my question is do they leave the couch and the bed and everything set up
Everything's
all
still
the
there.
time?
Yes, it was still set up the whole time.
So you can go
For
in during
fo-
the daytime and go, oh,
the couple days that
I
was
wanna
done.
stay
Yeah,
there.
but it's only till yesterday ended.
Yeah, yesterday.
It was
Oh,
only
really?
the 18th through the
I'm
20th.
sure there'll be some pictures and some video. We'll
You
see
mean
what
it
happens.
ended Thursday?
Yes, that's I said
Oh, yeah,
yesterday.
yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
I know you're older.
You're-
and
My
you're
bad.
in
It's been a
long
different
week.
time.
You need a
You're in
hearing
different
aid.
time
So,
zone.
I mean, is this, did they do this just to see if it would take off, I wonder?
They said it was for the people that live in that town.
I think they
So
were
it's
just doing
for
it
locals
fun.
only to
And
come
That's
there
nice.
and do it.
And then
It
I
wasn't
think it just-
meant for you and us. Let's go travel over there and go do it real
Yeah,
quick.
but I
It's
think
a
if
local,
I guarantee if they got enough press on this and
we should
they might
turn
do it.
Nerdisphere into an Airbnb.
That would be something fun. Well, like I said, you'd compete with those ones.
I
up in
want to say
Orlando.
no. I work for Airbnb. No.
I don't really
There-
mean Airbnb.
Oh,
I mean, but we could do special stays. You can sleep over and play games and.
Might be
Yes,
fun.
we could all dress up in like the onesies.
I don't support
you know,
Airbnb
they have
normally.
Onesie parties like they
He's
did
not
for the
saying
Joe
you're
Bob
gonna go.
special last
Yeah,
week.
that's one-
right.
Slumber party. That
Yeah,
was
it's a
pretty good. They were all
slumber
wearing
party. Yep.
PJs
What are we
and stuff.
supposed to do with slumber party?
Somewhere. We were going to do that one episode.
Yeah.
We never did.
I want my pajama party.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were supposed to do that, weren't we?
At some point.
Okay, well, okay, so we can do that. So my question to you, lovely people, because everybody knows my favorite, but I got to ask it. Baby Yoda versus Baby Groot. Who's the better space traveling companion?
Are we
Baby
talking
Groot.
Baby
Yoda,
Groot?
Baby Yoda.
Baby Groot, not
Baby
teenager
Yoda.
Groot.
Nope,
and not
teen-
old Groot.
See, they're showing teenager, or they're showing the mid-teenager.
Yeah.
If you find the Baby Groot, he's in his little.
He's in the pod.
He's still,
Yeah.
he's still.
Oh
a
no
stick.
no! The when he's walking.
Oh, where he's got them doing the
Guardians of the
baby stuff.
Galaxy 2
Go
at the
get
beginning when
me
he could
the
walk.
blade.
Yeah,
He's
it's
got the
early
little
on.
suit
Yeah.
on.
He's doing the little dance.
Right.
Don't press the button.
Yeah, don't
That
press the
one.
button.
I'm going with Baby Yoda.
Oh yeah.
Baby
Oh
Groot.
yeah.
Yoda.
You got the
Baby
force.
Groot.
Baby
Now,
Yoda.
Groot, once he's got teenagers and he can give me an axe handle every time I break
Yeah,
mine,
there you go.
I'm down. Or when he can save
Baby
us all
Yoda's like,
with his healing magic, I'll be good with that.
And like something cool happens.
Yeah.
I just want to punt Baby
But
Yoda.
oh yeah, okay. So Rob in my
What did
ear.
you just say?
Oh man.
What did you just say? We're
I'm
gonna
out.
fight on this set. Did you hear what he said?
I heard.
No, I did
he
not
said he
hear
was
it.
going
He
to
said,
punt
I'm
Baby
gonna
Yoda.
punt Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
He's
You
a
kick
little
him off this
football.
show. You kick
He's a
him
little
off the
football.
No.
No.
Homeless Mike.
show. Almost Mike.
No. Playing
All right,
his
you're
Warcraft.
He'll live in his
Take-
car that doesn't run.
He's playing his Warcraft with his gold farmers.
Be
Leave.
careful closing it.
But here's what Rob said. Rob said
Rob, don't
Baby
make me.
Groot has the better soundtrack.
I'm gonna give you that, Rob. That's a
I will
solid
even fight
point.
that one too because I think the Mandalorian soundtrack was freaking
I'm-
amazing.
But that's the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And that's not Baby Yoda.
Not Baby Yoda.
Exactly.
It's not the child.
I still
That's
think they're
right.
missing out on
I'm gonna
that
give
by not
Rob
making
that.
enough
That's
Mandalorian
see,
stuff. And too
solid
much
points
Baby
like
Yoda.
that.
All right.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me.
So this next thing we're going to talk about real quick is Jensen Ackles.
Yes.
Yes.
From Supernatural.
He's joining
Joins the boy.
the
So,
boys.
yeah,
Season
because
3. The season hasn't come out yet. I'm so excited for it.
Season 15 of Supernatural is going to start back up very soon, next month actually, and it's a final season. We're done. Jensen Ackles
We've
is
said
going
this
to the
before.
boys.
I've heard this story.
Yeah, I know,
before.
but this time
this record has
they've
been
already
playing.
sold all the stuff, so they've got to film like a little bit left.
Yeah, they got a couple
Yeah.
episodes finished filming. Then the other guy's doing Walker, Texas Ranger.
All right,
Jared
so
Padalecki.
we have
That show's
Rob
still
will bring
going
up the
on?
Instagram.
They're redoing it.
There's an
Reboots.
Instagram video of him. Actually, you got that, Rob? Nope.
Nope. Okay, well,
Here's
anyway,
my
it's
Castiel.
an awesome little video where
Describe it for us.
he's. Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
There. Reading the boys' comic, and he's like, oh, okay. And then you're wondering what character he's going to play, because why is he reading the boys? And
Yeah.
then Soldier Boy.
Oh, my little soldier boy.
So he's going to be Soldier Boy, who is the boys' equivalent of Captain America. But of course, in the boys' universe, the superheroes are all dicks and terrible.
Yep.
I am totally sold
It's
on
such
this.
a
I
gritty
can see him doing it
series.
though.
Oh,
I
he's
love it.
Seeing
Yeah,
how
he's got
his
it.
character in Supernatural, how he acts and everything. This is perfect for him.
And then he rocks the when he did that Red Hood. And
Oh yeah,
he's
that
such a
Red Hood
nerd.
cosplay. Oh my god,
Freaking love him. So yeah, I'm
He's
down
wanting
for
to
this.
do that
That'll
movie.
be. I mean, the boys has just been nonstop freaking awesome.
It has
so,
been.
Yep.
I am so sold. Season 2, I can't wait. I love that they talked at the recent their little San Diego
Zoom,
Comic-Con
yeah.
event where they were talking about filming in the whale for like 10 minutes, which
Oh,
is just
God.
awesome.
Well, it's
so.
just interesting how it like had its own like kind of cult following, and then when they made the show and everything like that, so many people were like, "Oh, I never knew this was a thing."
Yeah,
like,
it's
you know.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a friend that's been following it since the beginning, like the comics and everything like that. He's like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, not a lot of people know about it." Boom, here comes the show. So
And they did
Bam.
it right.
Doing
And
a
again,
great
and that's
job,
Seth
yeah.
Rogen's team who did Preacher. And if it
Yeah.
wasn't for Preacher, we wouldn't have gotten this.
exactly.
Loved Preacher.
Preacher was
Loved
excellent.
Preacher. I still
excellent.
Okay, so ready for this?
Yep.
Live from the space stage.
Yeah, a Halleck story. This is Disney nerd core craziness.
Yep.
For a limited window, Disney went insane and made a rock band in the new Tomorrowland.
Let's watch
Yep.
this. Let's watch this video.
I didn't think anybody would have footage of this at all. And then not only
Maybe.
that, they have a documentary
It's
coming out.
it's Disney.
26.
They
This
keep
is
everything.
Defunct Lands.
And it was really that spirit of, we work at this great place with all these unsung great talents. Let's put together a band.
Star Wars meets rock and roll. That was the essence of it.
Like if Kiss played inside the Star Wars cantina, that would be Halix.
Disneyland didn't like the idea at all.
Just too loud, it's seeping into other venues. You just can't play this music quietly.
It was rock and roll.
So I was stopped by the security guards because my hair was shoulder-length hair. And they go, we're going to kick you out. It's like, no. I'm playing Space Mountain. Shut up.
It looked impressive. It looked like something was going on. You better not miss it.
Come on, who doesn't want to see a 7-foot Wookiee playing bass?
Yesterday.
Thursday.
Oh, today. Yeah.
So,
I
know
so
you haven't
excited.
had time because of work.
I know, but work. But that is where I'm going. As soon as I'm out of here, that's going right on YouTube. I cannot wait. That was a weird memory from my childhood. One of my first Disney trips. I remember seeing that.
I never heard of it.
It was a crazy rock band, insane. You saw the trailer.
Is it like one of those things you're like, that was like me with the
like a fever-
Return to Oz. I was like,
did I see that?
is this a thing that exists, or did my mind just like explode and all of a sudden like it exists? So that's your moment.
And the fact that they have footage of it is amazing. I mean, they were all surprised that they could find as much as they did, and let alone a documentary's worth. So
albino Wookiee.
Wookiee bassist.
See, they knew from the beginning.
Baby.
They knew from the beginning they were going to have buy Star Wars or have a series that had something like that. They saw into the future.
Brings me back.
They didn't.
So that's
They're
an
the time
obscure
travelers.
reference from my younger days there, and I'm just like, oh my god.
3,000 years ago.
The fact that was coming out at all just floored me. Well, we didn't get through everything, but we got through a bunch.
Everything, but I was hoping to talk about the Swamp Thing Star.
It's coming to CW.
Yeah, the canceled one, not the old original. Sadly,
the canceled one's coming to CW.
So well,
it's not going to be good.
Possibly new X-Men animated series being.
That's me.
Someone owes money.
We're out of time. That's what that is. So, but
I got to keep you guys on track some way.
Dang, it was
giving y'all a heart attack.
timing's
awful. Well, it was a good show.
That was amazing. So it was a lot of fun. It's like we had an extra element this week that has been missing.
And you and I didn't make. Well, I always say you and I.
Yeah.
I didn't make him cry.
No, we
Elizabeth
were
threw his ass out.
Yeah.
Maybe next week I can hit you again with the skateboard.
Oh.
Only people donate money. $25 for a hit.
We're doing a special next week. $5 bills. $5 bills gets hits.
$30 now.
$5 bills. $5 bills.
Hey everybody!
$5 bills.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We will see everybody next week. Have a great weekend.